What's going on, guys? Alright, so for today's topic, I'm going to be talking about why you aren't losing weight even though you are fasting. So, fasting is a period when you don't consume any type of food or beverage or consume any calories, right? And the fasting can vary for each and every person. So, sometimes people want to go 16 hours without eating and then 8 hours of eating window, or they switch it up like 12 and something else, or whatever the case might be, whatever the fasting period that you're utilizing. It doesn't really matter what hours and what time of the day and stuff like that. What really matters is how much food you're consuming at the end of the day. So fasting is supposed to help someone to reduce their food intake overall, because you're shortening your eating window and you're prolonging your fasting window. So that means that you have a small time to only eat, and then after that you are restricted from eating and drinking anything that contains calories. So you could drink like water, for instance, or black coffee, but anything that has calories you cannot consume, because you're going to ruin the fasting process. So fasting is supposed to help with cleansing the body. There's a scientific word for that, but I'm not going to be too scientific when it comes to this. So basically, the body breaks down, any negative elements within and any fatty tissues and things of that nature. And when you go along with the fast, your body will get rid of it as waste. So you're losing weight, you're cleansing the body, detoxing the body, and making the body healthier, because you're resetting your metabolism, you're resetting your insulin sensitivity, and so forth, right? So overall, fasting is supposed to help with resetting your body and to reduce your food intake, right? But the issue that you people are having is that you are consuming too much food at the end of the day. Even though you are fasting, and even though fasting is supposed to cleanse the body and detox the body, you're still eating a whole lot of food. You're in a calorie surplus, because if you just stick with a calorie deficit goal, on a day-to-day basis, you won't gain weight, right? You won't gain weight. You won't progress and gain weight. You will progress in losing weight. So really examine how much food you're consuming throughout the day, and determine if you're in a calorie surplus or not. And if you are in a calorie surplus, here's the thing to do. Obviously fasting isn't helping, and it may be worsening the issue, because when people are fasting, sometimes people can become irritable, depressed, anxious, or just out of it because they're fasting. You don't have any time to eat at your own pace. So as a consequence, sometimes people end up binge eating more, because they feel like they lost a lot of food, or their mental game is not as strong. So they just have this binge issue that comes. This comes along with anyone. If you notice that if you don't eat for X amount of hours, you become like irritable and just like stressed. So what happens when you find food, or when you get home, you start binge eating, you'll start indulging in anything and everything. And essentially that's what I'm trying to say. So fasting may not be suitable for you, and especially if you're indulging or binging after you've done your fast. And fasting isn't supposed to be like that. You're not supposed to be binging or indulging excessively on anything. After fasting, you're supposed to be eating healthy foods to properly nourish the body. So if you're binging and indulging excessively, then you're defeating the whole purpose of fasting. So that's the reason why you're not losing weight, because you're eating too much, you're consuming too much calories at the end of the day, and you need to reduce your food intake. So if you're still trying to use the fasting method, still be cautious on how much food you're consuming. Be wise. a meal. And strive for healthy foods. Healthier foods are hard to indulge on, to overconsume on, and it will help with your weight loss process. It will aid in the weight loss process, because fasting itself will cleanse the body, but healthy foods will also cleanse the body and make things a little bit more efficient, or a whole lot more efficient. So healthy foods will improve your gut, your mental health, and your overall performance. So this will definitely help with your weight loss process and your goals, because everything is running at a higher efficiency rate. And if you just think about it, if you're not having the proper things in your protocol, then the journey or the whole process will be a very tedious task to go about. So that is that, people. But yeah, fasting doesn't guarantee weight loss, okay? Fasting is just a method of telling yourself, I'm not going to be consuming any type of food or beverage for X amount of time. And then when you have the opportunity to eat, you only have a small window period to eat. So like 16-8. So yeah, 16 hours of fasting and 8 hours of eating. Now, the 8 hours of eating doesn't mean you eat through those 8 hours total. You have to eat within those 8 hours only. And then after the 8 hours have passed up, then you are starting the fasting process again. So here's my recommendation. When it comes to fasting, be wise on how much food you're consuming throughout the day and at the end of the day. And strive for healthy foods, because it will aid in the process of losing weight. It will aid in the process of nourishing the body and helping the body overall with a lot of things, So that's it, people. Thanks for watching. Comment down below if you guys have any comments, questions, or concerns, and subscribe for more. Have a great day.